So he might not be back for a while now. So for me, I mean, I'm gonna wait because we're doing the predictions. But I don't expect them to come back after this. So
okay. So what do you want to go into next with Raw?
Next, I guess we go ahead and finish this feud with Dustin Rhodes and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. For me, Rhodes came out with some fire.
He did.
In the match.
He really did.
And to be an older wrestler, he still can go a little bit. A lot of brawling outside the ring by these two, near count out, and then just that fast.
Just that fast.
What was interesting to me was what Finn Balor said. Finn Balor is like, he doesn't really talk much, but when he does
really good.
Do pretty decent promos for me. He was like, as a kid, I read books about gods and monsters, and then one day, this little boy became a man who created a demon, to deal with all the different things. And then he's like, if the man who created the demon, if the demon is the creation of the man, which one is more dangerous?
Yeah, I like that.
And I like how he did the wordplay on that. What do you think about that?
Oh, I definitely like that. I must say that Finn Balor, even though he didn't come out for it, but that was kind of him playing Bray Wyatt's stand.
Yeah, because Wyatt always pops up
exactly.
on the Titantron.
And so that kind of was making Bray Wyatt seem more ominous to win, even though I kind of really don't know who's going to come out on this. But by Finn Balor doing that at the end, the go home show, it showed that, like, Bray Wyatt, you're in trouble. Like, you've been making me do this match because you think I'm the weaker man being the man, but now you need to see how dangerous the man is going to be.
Because I'm the one who created the demon.
Exactly.
And that's kind of like, kind of going back to like a spiritual standpoint of things too. Like, the creation can't be greater than the creator.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I created this and what I created beat you, what makes you think
I can't beat you?
I can't beat you.
Right.
Now, even though Wyatt got the advantage because he has that win over Finn Balor, and and then the Demon King came and beat him, but now he's challenging, trying to make Finn Balor dig deeper to finally be able to beat him. So we'll see how that turns out. But I like the way he did the wordplay on that.
Definitely. Oh, and I wanted to say one thing, which I just thought of. I noticed that by Dustin Rhodes not being Goldust, his moveset was a little different.
Okay.
Like with Goldust, he always does that patented kick in the stomach and then goes that and then uppercuts him. And he didn't do that. I didn't see that from him tonight. Now, I will say he did go back classical and he did his little Shattered Dreams by posting them up in the corner. Mm-hmm. But, of course, he couldn't kick them in the specific area. Mm-hmm. But I did like seeing that, like being a fan of, like I said, Goldust in the past and playing with him on a video game on WWE, whichever, back to SmackDown versus Raw. Seeing that, that brought back some good nostalgia for me. So I like the fact that Dustin played different from Goldust to me. So
I like the way they did that because, like you said, like maybe he wasn't Goldust. They wanted to try to make it seem that everything's different when I don't have the face paint on. Even my move down to my move set to my entrance, because you notice he didn't do any of the.
Yeah, he just walked straight down.
Angle before he left out of the bag, and Angle was like, after he asked him for the match. But
and he got mad close to Kurt Angle.
Like. Yeah, he did. He really did. That was kind of weird.
So what's next? What you got next?
Sad moment here for wrestling fans. Rest in peace now to Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah.
Passed away at 73 years old. I remember Bobby the Brain. I don't remember a lot of the earlier wrestling days for him because obviously I wasn't born.
Right.
But I remember most of my memories of him came from the WCW.
Okay.
When he was a commentator with Tony Schiavone and Mike Tenay. He kind of reminded me of Jerry the King Lawler a little bit. He's always the sarcastic one, always saying the stuff that nobody else wants to say.
Yeah.
Picking at the other commentators and stuff like that. He was a good personality just from the little bit of time since I've been watching wrestling, knowing him through his commentary. I didn't really get to see much of him in the ring as a wrestler because obviously
right.
he was too young.
Before our time.
I mean, I know he was an important figure in wrestling.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, man. Rest in peace to Bobby the Brain Heenan, also known as the Weasel.
Mm-hmm.
The promo and the little videos of him was definitely fun to watch, just to, remember him. That's one thing I like to say to anybody who's lost somebody, to cherish the memories, to help embrace the loss, basically.
Yeah. And I definitely believe eventually, if he's not already, they're probably going to induct him.
Yeah,
I want to say
I think
he's already in there.
I think he is.
I think he's already in the WWE Hall of Fame.
They might give it to him again.
Yeah,
because I know Ric Flair was
twice.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he was definitely one of the pioneers of wrestling. When you think of guys like Bobby the Brain Heenan, Roddy Piper, Rick Rude, Ravishing Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, people like that. Those are kind of like the guys who really kind of paved the way for some of the people we see today.
This is off topic, but when you say Rick Rude, is Bobby Roode his son?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That made me think. I heard Rude, and I was like...
But his persona is kind of like Rick Rude a little bit. I don't know. I don't think he is. I've never looked into it.
I said that's
spelled a little differently. His is Roode, and Rude was kind of like Rude.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the ravishing Rick Rude.
Okay.
The glorious Bobby Roode.
Roode.
So it's kind of similar in a way. He's got like the Ric Flairish kind of Rick Rude type persona.
And I really like that.
But I don't know if that's his son. That probably would have been more believable.
Yeah.
Jason Jordan and
Kurt Angle.
But anyway.
I still wish it was Chad Gable.
Chad Gable I think Gable would have been more believable too. And it's not even because of the African American son, because I mean we do know people step out of race sometime and have kids and stuff, so that part's not unbelievable, but it's just like I think Gable would have made more sense. But Bobby the Brain Heenan, rest in peace to you. Prayers goes out to his family, and hopefully his legacy will continue to live on through the WWE. The next thing we want to go in, I'll let CJ start with this because I'm.
By you laughing, I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll let CJ go into this.
Enzo Amore was coming down to, of course, talk about his upcoming match against Neville, which I didn't realize it was a one-on-one. I missed the whole Fatal 5-Way I think he was in, and he won it.
Yeah, I don't watch 205 Live, so I don't even know how.
I want to. I must say, I like the Cruiserweight division when I see him on Raw. So I would expect 205 to be good, but I don't think about it. Like, you can't make me go from watching cable and then say, oh, let me go cut on my Xbox to get on the internet to watch 205. So I haven't adjusted this switching like that. But anyway, Enzo Amore comes down to cut his promo on Neville and immediately gets attacked,
obliterated
by Braun Strowman, and it was pretty horrible. He beat him up coming down the aisle, threw him in the ring. Then
did you see that throw though? It was so perfect. Like, he went in between the first two ropes. It was just like Braun Strowman is so good at he makes his strength look real. I know wrestling is not real, but he makes it look so real the way he handles people. He
makes him really look like a monster, I must admit. And he pretty much dismantled and just left Enzo flat out on the floor, and then of course Neville comes out.
That was the funniest part.
Yeah, when Neville comes out while Braun Strowman is walking away, and Neville just backs up immediately and is like, "Hey,"
he's like, "I want no part.
I am innocent." It's like, you are okay with me. I don't want to be in your way. Braun Strowman just gives him the look and just keeps moving, and then Neville.
The part that got me, I flashed to Friday, the movie.
Yeah,
like, you want a piece of it too? No.
Quick.
And then was like, I don't have a problem with you, Mr. Strowman. I'm just here to pick up the pieces you left of Enzo.
Exactly.
So if you let me be on my way, you can be on your way.
Yeah. I don't think you can win the cruiserweight. I think you're about 100 pounds overweight.
No, he's about 200 to 300 overweight here. So You're not in my division.
Exactly. So Neville finally comes in, and he just decides to just drop the 450 splash on top of Enzo.
That's one of the most beautiful moves.
It really is. That should be the call the new poetry in motion. If the Hardys didn't already claim that,
I think he calls it the Red Arrow or something.
Yeah, that's what he called it. When he was a good guy. He called it. I think it's still called the Red Arrow, but I remember them.
But it's like a 5. It's still the same thing.
Yeah, but yeah.
What got me with Neville is like everybody mocks Enzo. How you doing? How you like the Miz last week? He's like, how you doing? And then the laugh after how you doing.
It was just so arrogant.
He's like, he was like, what?
Oh,
like he was like a little. He reminded me something off Lord of the Rings or something, like some kind of troll or something,
right?
Evil little leprechaun or something. But yeah, Enzo, he pretty much got. One thing I give Enzo, he tough, but he takes some some beatings.
He gets beat up.
One thing I got to give to him, he is tough. He comes back each week,
and I think part of that goes into like we was talking about a couple weeks back. Is like his heat he had backstage with certain people. So I feel like he might be, this is just his punishment coming from it. Especially with them bringing out Braun Strowman. Because Braun Strowman had no reason to come out against Enzo.
By him attacking Enzo, that's not going to make Brock fear you even more.
Yeah, it's like, Enzo.
It's Enzo. Brock could do the same thing.
Yeah, it was just somebody just saying like, well, Enzo, you know what you've been doing back here, so someone's going to get you.
Or it could be a play on Braun Strowman wasn't physical with anybody that night. He needed to like release some strength. Just throw one more reminder out there like, hey, I'm just gonna get Enzo. He talks too much, and I'm just gonna run out here. I'm gonna target him.
That's true too.
Because you remember, like he used to have it to where he was fighting guys Enzo's size anyway.
Yeah, he fought Kalisto.
Yeah,
in that trash match.
Oh, he got mad when Kalisto put.
Yeah, and Kalisto won. Like,
but what got me was just like he came out and got Enzo, but it's kind of like I guess we didn't see him, so I guess that was a way for him to kind of. Like assert his dominance one more time,
right?
To just do one more thing before it ended. So.
Exactly, and which led to Neville actually being in a match against the Luchador Grand Metalik.
I have no idea who that is.
No idea. I don't even know if I spelled it right. But it was a quick fight. I mean, Grand Metalik kind of did what Dustin Rhodes did, had some good shades of some good strong points, but of course it was ended pretty fast. It
was. I was surprised they even let Neville wrestle.
Yeah, me too.
I thought maybe it was just going to be a confrontation in the ring with him and Enzo. They just had like a 4 or 5 minute segment, and then that was it. I didn't even know he was going to be a part in the match.
Or even let Enzo be the person to fight, because Neville's the champion. So let Enzo fight, but because he got beat up, Grand Metalik just comes in and it's like, well, let me just pin him and then just let it be like that. That would have been kind of a funnier thing. And then Neville comes in and laughs and then drops his splash on him. So,
Yep. But you got anything else on that besides Enzo getting skull drugged on that one?
No, man. I'm good with that. Definitely.
Okay. So now we're going to get to our main event. 6-pack challenge for the number 1 contendership to see who is going to face the Miz for the IC title at No Mercy. A lot of us probably felt going into this Jason Jordan was going to be the favorite going in. Just the kind of the way they build him up all night.
Right.
He had to win the match the way he went at. It wouldn't make sense if he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like he already attacked the Miz a couple times. They've already had some run-ins before. This match actually had some pretty good spots in it. Elias looked really strong at one point. I like Elias.
I really do. Especially, did you see when he did the jump?
Oh, yeah.
To the top rope?
He's very athletic.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, he's very athletic. I like the whole guitar thing and him making up the songs.
Yeah.
Him and Aiden English, like on each show, they're kind of like the
music relief.
The music people. They entertain us, so to speak. He's a good in-ring talent. It was very funny to me, too, how Jeff rolled up Matt.
Yeah.
And Matt was like, wait a minute.
Right.
What you doing now?
You going to do this?
But, they had their little conversation early. They don't mind fighting each other.
Right.
They understand that, hey, one of us got to try to get it. So I was kind of wondering how they would make them interact with each other in the match.
Also, noticing between the spat between Jeff and Matt Hardy, it looked like Jeff really hurt his right shoulder.
It did. I noticed that too. So hopefully that's nothing
too serious
there. And that's what happens sometimes. You just throw people in different matches and stuff. Another big moment for me. Did you see that huge superplex where like all five of the guys was like,